Ladies, let me remind you, you are fighting for the first undisputed women's heavyweight championship of the world. You know what's expected of you. Obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
Tall, wide shoulders, strong. She's definitely the heavier fighter. Shields is going to be careful in these early rounds because Perkins, she may be the older fighter, only 5'5", but she's still a bigger, stronger fighter in there. And this is the problem when you're going up in weight. You got to be careful of the power. You can't take it for granted.
Three-punch combination there for Shields. The right hand certainly breaking through, as did that one.
You know, watch your feet. Danielle Perkins does have good power in that straight left hand, but she's a little slow to bring it back, and that's why these counter shots of Clarrissa Shields are probably going to be her best weapons.
She puts them together. Quick hands, quick feeds, good combinations. Everything's flowing.
But watch that right hand.
It's talked about kind of the boredom that she felt in her career, waiting for opposition and competition. She's found it here tonight.
Well, she's taking a major leap up in competition against Clarrissa Shields. And one thing, Clarrissa, I think you're like Danielle Perkins. Those body shots are going to be available.
It's going to be hard for Clarrissa to break that long reach. She has that left hand caught. Shields has to respect that left hand. So she needs to break that range with jabs and foot feints.
And what do you think about Perkins widening her stance the way that she has for this fight?
Hey, listen, some fighters love wide stance. It's okay with them. You don't lose power doing that long.
It's like to catapult a nice power punch on her left hand. Watch how she just puts the foot up, always supporting that pivot.
Perkins trying to use that length from the lead hand, keep Shields at bay.
I don't know what you guys think about that. Chin is too out there. She's overreaching just a tad bit. Perkins might open up for a nice uppercut.
Perkins has the right idea, being on the back foot. You know, it's going to be hard for Shields to break that range when she's on the back foot.
Punches that are clearly going to get the attention. There it is.
Right there. Right hand over the top. And Perkins is in trouble. Perkins is all over the place. No more friendship here. The load is unloading in round 3.
It's that right hand, over and over.
Perkins trying to fight her way in. Big left hook to the body. Shields pouring it on.
Perkins is hurt, guys. Right? Perkins is hurt.
The crowd is going wild here in Flint.
Danielle Perkins cannot just stand there. Clarissa's really loading up on these right hands.
Stop. She's looking for that overhand right. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, ladies.
From the first round, we saw that overhand coming.
And 3, box out.
How about
One more right hand for Shields. And that will do it for a wild round 3.
And here's the replay. You can see Clarrissa was just biding her time to land that big overhand right. Anytime you have a tall fighter, stationary fighter, that's what you got to look for. Shields has the speed, the technique, and she has the foot placement to get inside on the bigger fighter. Southpaw or not.
And Sergio
Perkins was
Nice counter left hook over the top. Nice counter left hook over the top.
shot, the big shot, instead of throwing combinations like she normally does.
Sergio, you can see the eyes of Clarrissa Shields locked right in on the midsection of Danielle Perkins. I think she's waiting for that right hand to let go so she can launch it right of her own.
Yeah, they're both trying to counter each other's counter. Shields is such a...
And Sergio, this is also the sign of an elite counterpuncher, a dangerous counterpuncher. Shields at times just planting her feet, but the threat of that hand speed is just too much.
Corey, you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. She's inching her feet closer and closer to the southpaw stance just to land a big overhand shot again. She's not going to go punch for punch with Perkins. She wants a big shot, the money shot.
Left hand to the body, the feet got tangled, and that will do it for round 4.
Wait, do you think at this point in time, Clarissa is setting up a trap and allowing Perkins to close the gap so she can look for that big body shot that Chris Mannix was talking about, looking for that body not only in the the sides, but in the solar plexus.
I think Clarrissa understands who she's under, who she's fighting, but she's trying to set up her overhand right. That's the punch that actually hurt Perkins earlier, and that's the exact same punch that's going to land again.
Right there.
Coming up short right there because she's not stepping in deep enough.
Yeah, having 5 professional fights under her belt, Danielle Perkins has never been the 10-round distance. So the deeper this fight goes, the better it's likely going to fare for Clarrissa Shields.
There it is. There's that overhand right. Came up short, holds and jab her way in. Just like that. That power jab right there that she caught. Perkins coming in with.
For the duration of this fight.
You know, I like the fact that even though she...
Perkins pointing downwards at it.
Might have got damaged when Skylar Lacey crashed into it.
That's what I was about to say. The two big men probably cracked it. Not only that, but you got a lefty and a righty fighting, and you're always going to have that them tripping over each other's deep foot. And Perkins on the front foot now. I like seeing this from Perkins. I wanted to see this from her.
That's the position Perkins wants. Not so much early on against Clarrissa.
Right hand to the body there from Shields. Again, coming behind it with that left hook.
Yeah, great hook from Clarrissa.
Huge right hand again. That one pops the head back of Danielle Perkins.
Alternate that right. There it is.
But Perkins hasn't been able to adjust to that overhand right. She's taken every single one. Clarrissa has connected every single right hand.
Soon for this fight, that might have actually been what saved her from getting knocked out there. Just that extra inch that Shields has to reach upwards.
You know, there's a lot of great fighters that have been successful with a white stance. You know, white stance is fine. You don't, your power...
54 in favor of Clarrissa Shields.
I scored a 10-8 with full dominance by Clarrissa Shields.
Yeah, and I think that the length of time that Perkins was hurt for might have compelled some judges to give that one a 10-8 round also.
You guys know you're not allowed to disagree with my scorecards when you're sitting at this table.
Was that like
Left hand or right hook, but it's going to be a single shot. A
big
big
right
shot.
hand again over the top? I meant Perkins selling out in search of the knockout, but Clarrissa Shields seems much closer to that ending than does Perkins, who gets rocked with another right hand.
Hand three, ladies, hand three.
I am highly impressed with the way Clarrissa has been handling her weight to maintain that output of punches. Is amazing. Her stamina. Wow.
From Shields.
Chris, the speed. This is the heaviest she's ever been. That has not affected her at
It's
all.
almost a tangible loss of confidence, especially when they see Shields' hand speed. I think we're seeing that materialize in Danielle Perkins. As confident as she was coming into it, it seems like that's been taken away.
You know, not totally. I see the intimidation. I see what you guys are talking about, but I still think that she's throwing the right shots, and she's doing what she can against a great fighter. But Shields is just too much. Shields is waiting to counter her. The hands are too quick, the feet are too fast, and yes, the intimidation is there, lingering in the air.
Sergio, but think about it. She's thrown big punches, and yet Clarissa's
Line.
This is the fight I expected Perkins. Fight like the bigger fighter, smarter the fighter. Back up the...
Seem to have in previous rounds.
And that's what I need to see.
Huge left hook there from Shields. Back Perkins up. Back comes Perkins.
Good job by Perkins there in that exchange, throwing with Clarrissa Shields and throwing that straight left hand.
Good shots there by Perkins, chopping right hands. Nothing landing cleanly, but that's still rocking Shields back, keeping her on the defensive. I like this tactic. And having to punch up with the bigger southpaw is difficult for Clarrissa Shields. No matter how great she is, she's still fighting a much bigger woman and fighter than Danielle Perkins.
For the 10th and final round of what has been an electric homecoming for Clarrissa Shields, and she may be 2 minutes away from leaving her hometown, or rather keeping all the titles in her hometown.
You know, I like this a lot from Danielle Perkins. Not just here to survive, coming out here in the 10th round, pinning Clarrissa against the ropes, just looking for a home for that left hand.
And there from Shields. Perkins gonna need something big to cause the shock upset here. She walked into another big right hand. Particularly for the final 3 rounds. She has been going for it.
Yes, she has. The last 2 rounds especially. And I didn't expect those 42-year-old legs to have that much of a bounce towards the later part of this fight, especially in the last round.
Especially when she's looking to land that big punch. And when she does connect, Clarrissa doesn't seem to be fazed by it. So she's still very much in the fight. But
Swimming through those shots. Oh, my goodness!
Big shot!
What a shot from Clarrissa Shields! Swimming through those shots. How this one ended.
Boom, right on the chin. Legs were out. If anyone doubted the gross power you saw right
in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now the first ever WBC, IBF, WBA, and WBO Undisputed Women's Heavyweight Champion of the World, known as the